Motherfucker.
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're edge. Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Got a good show planned for you today. Emerge Wrestling owner Ricky Ruckus will be calling in here in just a minute to talk about Emerge 58. Reap What You Sowed. It's tomorrow night. It's a stack card. He's a busy man, but he's going to give us a little bit of his time today. And after we get done with that, we'll talk about a few other things before we get out of here for today. But no, while we're waiting, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. We're also live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Sometimes it's G.W.R. instead of GSR. We turn into the wrestling rooms. We've been doing a lot of wrestling here lately. We're getting ready to start a wrestling podcast, and then it'll separate a little more. All right. Hello?
Hey.
This Ricky?
Yes, it is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Emerge Wrestling owner Ricky Ruckus. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. I mean, you're a little bit kind of light there, but I can hear you.
All right, let me see. I think I can turn it up just a tad. Give me 1 second real quick.
You there?
All right. Does that sound better? Does that sound better now?
Yeah, you sound better now. Yeah, I could barely hear you at first.
Hi, well, how you doing today, man? I know you're a busy man getting ready for this weekend, but doing all right?
Yeah. Actually, I was just getting ready to hop in the shower, but I had to stop and talk to you guys first. So I'm talking to y'all with a stinky butt right now, but I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. The other guy's usually with me. He ended up having a furnace breakdown, so he couldn't be here today. How long have you been in the wrestling business?
Man, this is I had my first match in 2000, so I guess you could say it's my 21st year. But I've had breaks off and on and here and there. Like I've lived in Australia for a year where I didn't wrestle and stuff like that. But I started training in '99, had my first match in 2000, so over 20 years.
So, do you still wrestle regularly, or are you just running the promotion?
Yeah, it's promotion. I'm 43, going to be 44 in March. I'm getting to the point where we'll let these young cats do it. I've had my fun. My last match was in February 2020, right before the pandemic. So I figured that's a pretty good time to call it a career anyway.
Yeah, start getting a little older. That body don't heal up as quick.
Exactly, because it used to be like before a match, you'd have that nervous energy, you'd be excited, and then as you get older and your body gets more sore, it becomes more of a. I'm hoping during the match my back don't give out on the energy, and it's just not the same. It's not if it ain't fun to do anymore, then why do it? And then you're just hurting the product if you're not able to do your best in-ring work. So we got plenty of guys now that can kill it night in and night out that I don't have to be in the ring anymore. So it worked out.
How often do you guys put on a show there at Emerge?
We tried before the pandemic, and I'm sure we'll be saying you hear that a lot in these interviews. But before the pandemic, we was doing once a month. It's been spotty at best since. We've had, I believe, 4 shows since the pandemic, maybe 5. I couldn't say right offhand. I think it's 4. So, but we're trying to get back on. Like we had the event last month. We're having one this month. we always take December off, and then we come back in January for our anniversary show. So we have January already on the calendar. So I mean, we're trying to get back in the groove of things. It's hard, but we're trying the best we can.
Yeah, COVID slowed down a lot of things.
Yeah.
Do you guys do all your shows there? Is it Trafalgar? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Trafalgar. That's what we're doing right now. We normally ran here in Columbus at Parkside at the school, but again, due to COVID, it hasn't really been available. They haven't been renting it out. So yeah, we found that building in Trafalgar. We met the owner of the building. He seems like a really cool dude, and he was down to work with us. So the only problem with that building is it doesn't have air conditioner, so it's basically a half a year type building where we can do it when we don't need the air. So I mean, it works perfectly right now, but come summer months, we're probably gonna be looking for a different venue. But we've already got our thumbs and a couple pies on that, so we should be good.
Talk about that some?
What was that?
I said you have a stacked card for tomorrow night. Would you like to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm really proud of this one. We always try to have one of the, we pride ourselves on being, I think we're the best show in Indiana. I'm sure there's lots of other places that would probably say it about themselves, but I believe we have the best show. And the reason we do that is because we make sure we have the best talent. And, this card is just proof of that, because we really went out of our way to make sure we had, top to bottom, just any match on the card could be a main event, and that's what we strive for. So, yeah, I mean, you got a guy like Elijah Burke that's been to the top of the mountain, and he was excited to come to Emerge and be a part of it, being the main event. We got Sam Bill, who we've been talking to for a while, and wrestling with Impact, and now he's he can't wait to get in the ring with Braden Lee, because everyone knows how good Braden Lee is. And we got this first, I think our production guy actually told me this is our first show with all 4 championships being defended in like 2 years, I think. So I mean, yeah, we don't do those very often, so it's very nice to be able to have all our champions on the card on top of having every other match just be an absolute banger. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't really think normally there's like 1 or 2 matches you can point out and say this is probably going to be match of the night. I really think tomorrow night every match has a chance to be the match of the night. So when you have a card like that, what more can you ask for?
Oh yeah, you can't, especially for the price. How much are tickets? Were they $12?
Well, it used to be $12 for front row. We had to raise the price on that, unfortunately, again due to COVID. We was having the mandates of how many people you could have in the building and all that. So I mean, obviously, to make up the price on that, you had to charge a little bit more per ticket. So our front rows now are $15, but our general admission we kept that the same $12. We also have a 4 for $30 family pack that's very popular. We sell a lot of those. So yeah, if you get them before the show, you can save a couple bucks, and then for sure you're going to get a ticket to the event. So yeah, we try to keep it where we want to give people a great show, but we also want people to be able to afford to go to it, because we know it's tough out there for everybody right now. And I really think we could charge $20 a ticket, and I think it'd be worth it. But I don't want to charge $20 a ticket. I want people to be able to afford to bring their families and come have a good night.
Yeah, and for $15 for front row and 10 or 12 for the rest of it, that's not bad at all, especially for shows. Usually 3.5, 4 hours or somewhere around there. I mean, usually
it's maybe 7 to 10 usually. About it usually gets done 9:30ish even. Honestly, like we try to keep our shows flowing pretty quickly.
Okay.
We don't want people just sitting around in between matches and all that. So we try to keep it going pretty quick.
Yes, I like that. You go to some places and it'll be 10, 15 minutes in between each match, and it's it makes it hard to get into the show, because you get in the match and then you got a 10, 15 minute where you're just sitting around waiting. I think when it goes quicker like that, you're more into it.
A lot of those places are either just not organized, so they're probably not even understanding what they're doing next after one match, or they're just trying to get every dollar and get out of you through concessions or something.
Yep,
we're just trying to have a good show and put on, have people leaving happy and wanting to come back next month. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh, yeah. I've been to places like that. They just basically are keeping you there, trying to get a little bit more concessions out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but for the price, you can't beat that, even if it is 2.5 hours. I mean, I took my family down to WCWO a couple weeks ago there in Indy, and it was $12 a piece, and man, you couldn't beat it. We had a great time, and hell, it was cheaper. It's cheaper than going to a movie.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you're, there's a wrestling is a great form of entertainment if done right. So I mean, if people do it right and they can make it affordable to get in, and then yeah, I mean, it's a great business to be in if you do it right, or you can do it wrong and everybody lose money, and then you lose fans because they go to a bad show, and now all of a sudden they think all indie promotions are like that.
That's what I was getting ready to say. The ones that don't know what they're doing, they give everybody else a bad name.
Yeah, it makes it a lot rougher on us for sure.
Because everybody thinks all wrestling shows are like that. The promoters don't do this, they don't do that. No, that's just the ones that either aren't experienced or just doing it to try to make money and don't care about the fan or the wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I've been around for many years, and pretty much most of the promoters I ran into back in the day was kind of like that. It was all a big money grab, and they would find any way to make an extra dollar off of people, and that's why a lot of those shows lasted maybe a year or two, and then they were done. You never heard of them again. So that's why we're trying to. You stick around by showing a good show and then gaining the trust of the fans that every month. Like, we got our front rows sold out the week after the show for the next show, because our front row always wants our front row, because they know they don't have to ask who's on the show, who's wrestling who. They know they're going to get a good show no matter what if Emerge is putting it out. So when you got something like that, then you can focus on selling general admission. It helps out a lot.
I know I've heard a lot of good things about you guys. I haven't heard anything bad. I talked to Hollywood House quite a bit, and he speaks real highly of you and the Emerge Wrestling. And then also G.W.R, Mike King. He spoke real highly of you guys, of your guys' organization as well. So you're getting I would say you're getting a good reputation out there, because everybody I've talked to speaks real highly of you guys.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad we got that reputation, because like I said, we work for it. We're not only fair to the fans, I think we're fair to the boys in the business too. Like, me and Donnie both started out as wrestlers, so like we've been on the other side of that as well too. So we try to make it where everybody goes home happy, us, the fans, and the wrestlers. And if everybody goes home happy, has a good night, the show goes well, and it's enjoyable for everyone, then everybody's going to want to come back for the next one, So, I've been around a lot of dirtbags in this business. Met some of the biggest dirtbags in my life in this business, because they only cared about themselves and their bottom line, and if they could walk out with a couple more dollars in their pocket, And we're not trying to do that. That's one of the main reasons we started Emerge, because when we did, it was there wasn't a whole lot of places in Indiana to go and wrestle and know that you're not getting in the ring with a guy who's hardly been trained and didn't know what he's doing, and next thing you know, somebody ends up with a neck injury or severe concussion or something. So like we really put a lot of effort into making sure we do have a great show on all fronts, not just what you see in the ring, but also in the back. We try to treat everybody with respect and treat them as professionals. And so I'm glad it's, even people that haven't actually worked for us, it's good to know that they're hearing about it too, because, that's what you want at the end of the day, is a good reputation. Any business you're in, you want people to know that you know what you're doing. And otherwise, you have no reason to be in the business.
Yeah, you're in it for the wrong reasons if you're not trying to please the fan and take care of your wrestlers and everybody else that helps you.
Exactly.
Have you wrestled like outside of Indiana, or did you just wrestle here? Or?
Yeah, I've wrestled a few places, but when I was wrestling, when I was really active, it was mostly before social media. So, I mean, there was a couple of times that I got bookings outside of it, and they didn't turn out great. So it was like, I'm not trying to go really far to get paid very little for a show that I wasn't even happy to be on. And I'm not much of a traveler anyway. My whole thing with I'm a homebody. I like being home. I don't like going and being on the road all the time. So my whole goal in wrestling was to wrestle around here, make a name for myself, and then eventually start my own promotion, my home promotion, where I can run it from my house and be there, you know, for show days and not have to worry about travel and all that stuff. And so, I mean, my main goal was to make sure when I started this that the people I'm trying to sell tickets to knew me at least. So like that helped out when we first started Emerges. Me and Donnie both were pretty well known around here, and it got us into the door of fans. If fans knew we were selling tickets to it and we were involved in it, they would want to come check it out. So, but I mean, I went to other places, but it was never a goal of mine to travel around and try to become like some world famous wrestler. I mean, I'm only 5'10" anyway, and you know, if I had any grand dreams of going to WWE or anything, my best bet was going to be somebody that's getting thrown around on main event by Brock Lesnar or something. So that wasn't something that really intrigued me. You know, I would much rather be in charge of what I'm doing and be the final say in a product than to be at the whims of some guy who, honestly, I don't know if my best interests are in his mind or not. So, yeah, I've always been a type. I don't like following orders and listening to other people. I like being the one to make decisions and stuff like that. And the only way you can do that is having your own promotion.
Yeah. You mentioned it. How has social media changed the independent scene in wrestling? Probably makes it a lot easier to get a hold of wrestlers and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's changed it tremendously. I mean, guys that I would have never heard about 15 years ago, you know, now, you know, if you're halfway decent, you got a highlight reel or some matches, you can send it to every promoter within 100 miles of you and get bookings like that. You know, like that stuff didn't happen back then. So yeah, I mean, it's been a blessing for everybody. You know, we get sent messages daily from wrestlers trying to get booked in the Emerge, and now we got a chance to, if they send us stuff, we can go through. We know what we're looking for, and we can very easily figure out if someone will work for us or not, just by going through, you know, some of the resume, checking out their matches and this and that. Like, it's helped out tremendously. And then you got, you know, the big companies that are signing people, you know, they would never hear about a lot of these guys either if it wasn't for social media, because they're doing the same thing. They're definitely checking people's social medias and seeing who's got some burn and who people are talking about. And I guess it makes them want to, well, you know, like that's how Warhorse got on AEW, is he had a lot of people talking about him and tagging him on Twitter, and next thing you know, he's wrestling Cody on Dynamite. So, I mean, it's helped out a lot. In a way, I wish it was around when I was going, because at least then I could have, while I was still wrestling, could have made a little bit more money if you can market your T-shirts and stuff like that online, sell those through websites and whatnot. Like, that stuff didn't exist either. So, I mean, It's helped out a lot. You can actually make a living on the independents now pretty easily if you're good at it. Whereas back then, I mean, you were at other people's mercy.
Yeah, I would have thought that it would have changed a lot, because, I mean, even just like as a wrestling fan, you can find so much more stuff now than what you, like you said, 15 years ago, you couldn't find. I mean, if there was most time you found out about a wrestling promotion by seeing a poster at a gas station or hanging up somewhere on a window at a restaurant. It's like, oh, there's going to be a wrestling show this weekend. And
you don't know what you're getting into when you see that. It could be a really good show. It could be a clown show with some goose that don't know what they're doing. You don't know until you go. So, and
now you can actually
it's helped out.
You can actually watch some matches from about any of the promotions that you want to go see, and you can get a kind of an idea what you're walking into.
Exactly.
I mean, most promotions have some kind of videos out nowadays.
Yeah, and if they don't, I mean, that shows you what kind of promotion they are, honestly.
I was going to say, if they don't, they're not doing something right.
Exactly.
Oh, you said your next show is in January after this one?
Yeah, January 8th.
January 8th. Okay. Do you know like any? Do you know if there's any of the matches for that yet, or is that still being worked on?
Well, I can go ahead and tell you for sure that the main event is going to be legendary Larry D versus the winner of the main event tomorrow night, Elijah Burke versus Jessica Kyle. So, the Impact Wrestling star Larry D will be challenging for the Emerge Championship, but who it will be against, we will find out tomorrow night.
All right. Well, I know you're busy. Is there anything else you'd like to plug for tomorrow night before I let you go?
Not just if you haven't gotten a ticket yet, you can go to emergewrestling.com. We still got general admission on sale. We have the 4 for $30 family pack. So yeah, I mean, if anybody listening to this has not checked out Emerge before, I think tomorrow night would be a perfect time because it's one of our best cards we've ever had, and I can promise anybody that if you go check us out, you're not going to be disappointed and you'll be wanting to come back.
I've heard good things about you guys. One thing real quick. Do you guys do any kind of streaming or anything like that?
Any what?
Do you guys do any kind of streaming of your event or anything? Like on social media or?
I couldn't understand you.
Do you guys do any do you guys do live stream or anything of your shows? Live
streaming. Okay. I thought you were saying springing.
Oh.
I was like, what's spring? Live streaming. Our first match each event comes on at 6:45. You know, doors open at 6, bell time at 7, but we always have a Facebook Live match at 6:45, and we stream that on Facebook. We call it the Facebook Live match. So yeah, we have that one, and then all of our events afterwards goes up on IWTV. We actually have a IWTV channel.
Okay.
So anybody wants to check us out on IWTV.
Well, I'm not going to be able to make tomorrow's show, but I'll definitely be at a show here real soon. And I appreciate you giving us some of your time. Hope maybe one time, maybe we can get you and Donnie both on here and have a little bit longer conversation.
Absolutely, yeah, I appreciate it. And yeah, man, I'll talk to Donnie. Maybe we can come on before the January event together.
Okay, that sounds good. And I also wanted to give you a big thanks for helping us out. We got a lot of likes and stuff from you sharing stuff, so we really appreciate it.
Well, absolutely. Like I said, man, anybody helps us out, we try to help them back out, and I appreciate you guys reaching out and wanting to do this. So I'm going to get you guys a couple more too, so keep checking them likes. We're going to get you guys some more.
All right, I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great show tomorrow night. Be safe, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, brother. Bye.
Right, bye. All right, that was Ricky Ruckus from Emerge Wrestling. Don't miss it tomorrow. Emerge 58. Reap what you sow. It's gonna be a stacked show. And like we said, Hollywood House is going to be there managing the Pope Elijah Burke. And you just found out the winner of that match is going to main event the January show. So if you're a fan of pro wrestling right now in Indiana, is a good time to be a fan of pro wrestling. We have a lot of got a lot of different promotions popping up, but like he was saying, some of them are ran by bad people, so you gotta, unfortunately. So do some research, make sure you're going to a show that's doing it for the right reasons. I know of a few shows here in Indiana that are real good. I haven't been to an Emerge show yet, but everything I've heard about them guys has been top notch. And just the relationship I've had with them here in just the last couple weeks, they've been great to us. So I'll help them as much as I can because that's what they do for us. Same way with WCWO, DCCW's helped us a lot. So we appreciate all that. Hollywood House, I appreciate all the help you've given us too. Want to thank everybody for joining us today. We will be live. Probably, I'll let you guys know later if we're going to be live for the UFC tomorrow night. I'm still trying to get a hold of one of the other guys. College football picks for Easy Money will be up by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and the NFL picks will be up by 9 o'clock Sunday morning. Don't forget, this Sunday, November 7th, Heroes Helping Heroes, WCWO, Heroes Helping Heroes at the Outlaw Arena, Kentucky Avenue in Indianapolis, Indiana. All door proceeds go to help veterans. And we're going to be broadcasting live for there. Hey, we want to see a full house there to help support the veterans. That's the least we can do for everything they've done for us. So pile up. Let's head to Indianapolis and watch some WCW wrestling. It'll be a good show. You don't want to miss it. Come join G.W.R. there. Doors open at 5. Bell time's at 6. Tickets are $12. So
the Marvel Cinematic Event of the Year has arrived.
Eternals assembled.
So come join us Sunday for Heroes Helping Heroes. Like I said, it's for a great cause. And then we'll be live Monday morning at 11, like always, with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Follow us on social media. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about our shows. All our daily picks for our Easy Money, a sports betting show, get posted on there. All of our interview announcements, if we're going to be live streaming from somewhere, all that stuff gets posted on there. Also, check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. You can see a few of the t-shirts behind us. If you're around the Muncie, Indiana area, we do have some of these G.W.R. shirts here, Gonzo Wrestling Room shirts. We have some of them on hand. They're $20. Get a hold of myself or Eric, and we can get you one. You can also get those online, too, just like everything else. We have beanies, hats, hoodies, long-sleeve tees, and some other designs besides these. So go check out that merch store. You can find the link in the bottom of the screen in the ticker, or you can find it in the video biography thing. But anyway, hope everybody has a great day. Hope to see you guys Sunday in Indianapolis for WCWO Heroes Helping Heroes. If not, we'll see you guys Monday. Peace.